It's happening.
We're doing the real shit.
Yeah.
Good. Just let me know for time.
Uh, Timer starts now.
Okay.
This is gonna be a disaster. But this cartridge saves, so it's a good thing I have two. Anyway, so this is gonna be more time to explain some mechanics before I get right into a major skip. So you'll see in this room here that I'm about to go in, just to get a safety tonic. I don't even have to do it. You see that painting there? There's paintings, frescoes actually, all over the mansion because this mansion is belongs to a famous painter, and I think the painter is the husband, and the wife accidentally killed the baby in the incinerator in the basement, and now she haunts the mansion. It's like a Japanese B horror movie that was in the 1980s. This is like a movie tie-in game. But anyway, you go around with the guy that has the camera, and you take pictures of the frescoes, and they give you you like do different things to restore them, and they give you hints as to how to solve certain puzzles. But we don't need to do that because we know everything. They're entirely optional, so that's why the camera guy is just is the bottom of the totem pole in terms of like the speed run. The medic is very useful, of course, but he just simply is not necessary, and therefore, and that's kind of what makes this run what it is. It's like a lot of the enemies in this game can inflict status effects on you, and the status effects, most of them freeze whatever affected person is in place, and like if you're in like a one tile corridor, you're just trapped because that person is stuck until you bring a medic there, or so when anybody in this game dies, they die permanently, and so of course naturally there are items that replace their unique items because you need to still be able to finish the game. So there is a set of pills if somebody gets stuck. I actually will pick some up in a bit. That sucks. So I'm trying to move in a certain way to get this bat to go in a wide arc around me. Anyway, so that's the broken glass I can't walk over. And yeah, I'm about to do a trick using a mechanic in this game where you can call, because there's 5 total party members, you can only have 3 at once in a party. You can call the other party, and they can run to you without getting into another encounter themselves. Oh, that's Kazuo poisoned, right? I think. Let's find out. So that's an example. I have to reset there because I got a status effect, but that's why I save everywhere. And so in this game, you can actually save anywhere you want, which is nice. And I'll be doing it a lot. Hopefully, I won't have to be utilizing it, but I will have to do that. And that's just that right there is just not even like I didn't do anything wrong. It just an encounter happened to kill me or poison. Stun me, I think, is what happened. I got stuck. So you want this guy to either miss or attack me just straight. That's a straight physical, so I don't have to worry about a status. So I'm placing these boards to go over these gaps. It's just part of like the whole, like your inventory is very small, and you have to really plan out what you're going to use and when. So anyway, I'm about to do a glitch. You can call your party members. I'm going to get into an encounter with these two, and then call Kazuo, the other party. And they're going to skip a plot trigger, hopefully, if I move correctly. need serious time. Shoot. Whatever. I got it. Nice. So, right there, in that dark room, normally, there'd be a guy that's, or like it would stop you before you tried to walk through that room and say, be gone from here, or some bullshit. And you have to do is go slog all the way through the mansion, turn on a generator somewhere, and then walk back, and it's just like a straight, like linear path that you go down and back in. And we can just skip that entirely by doing that story trigger, but unfortunately it means, you know, now we're like really under level. So kind of have to play it safe.
Nailed the trick, dude. What a god.
Yeah, it's free. Skip the dick is free. Yeah, that's not even a good, or rather a realistic translation. Not that the translation itself isn't good, but actually the way the game was ROM hacked was made, it actually creates situations that aren't, like if you were to sync inputs, like do two emulators, one input with the regular, this version of it, Japanese version, and then the translation I was playing on at the beginning, they would actually desync, whereas the translation from I think 2006 does not do that. And so I took a chance on an eBay seller, and I ended up getting it's ultimately a better translation. It's just not, it doesn't accurately reproduce the game. So just attack. So this is what I want to see. These ghosts, they do some damage, but they don't status affect me, and they're weak to this item I just picked up, the fire extinguisher. Especially early game, lots of enemies are weak to certain items. So like, for instance, the fire ghosts are weak to the fire extinguisher, the dogs are weak to the mallet, and so are the walls and the mirror. Kind of unfortunate that the dog is weak to the mallet, but it's kind of, you know, what they did. Did I even get it? There it is, Hanma. Hanma. Yeah, this movie's on YouTube, by the way, if anybody wants to go watch with subtitles. I need to fight 1 or 2 more encounters. I'm only level 3, I think. I'm fine with that. Should have saved though. Alright, we're good. No prayer points. So one last thing I did not explain actually is the prayer point mechanic. When I attack, I basically power it up by utilizing points. It's kind of like MP attack in Final Fantasy Tactics. And it's like that little sliding bar, you stop it at a certain point. And it, you stop it at a certain point, and it uses the corresponding amount of prayer points, and it increases your attack damage by that much. It's kind of a cool mechanic. It's also used in story triggers as well. I'm gonna sit here and grind like maybe another level or so. This is an encounter I don't want to see, but I can fight it because I just used a tonic. And there are tonics heal all your HP and prayer points, and there are a limited number of them in the game. There's plenty for the speedrun. It's actually not that bad at all, which is really nice. And at the end of the game, I get something that's an infinite use prayer point restore item, which is really good. Just fight. I think I fight hammer. Yeah. So, I have to apologize. I'm using Discord on my phone, and I have no idea how to quickly mute my microphone in case somebody is driving their car very loudly by my house, which happens a lot. So I apologize if you hear funny noises.
I relate to that heavily.
I'm level 5. I want to be 6.
I've actually stopped opening my window anytime I'm streaming, just because it'll help muffle the sound a little.
I live so close to a main road that I don't even have to open my window, and you can hear it.
Yeah, there's like one,
Sucks.
like I think just like one asshole in the place I moved that goes crazy. But overall, yeah. I moved up for sure.
Nice. So this got pretty smoothly. I got to high enough level where nothing could really status affect me in that area, and I could just get nice, quick EXP. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just big chillin' on this grind. This game has level gates, I guess, more or less. At certain points where you have to do, because you have your prayer points increase the amount that you can use at one time, or can consume at one time. They increase every level, and so some of the story triggers you have to use a certain amount of prayer points. I'm not worried about it because she's only cursed, and curse is a status effect where every step, I'm sorry for the flashing by the way, every step she runs out of prayer points. I need to save right now. Meow.
I remember looking into this at one point in time, and you know, it was during the school year and I had way less energy going on. But it just seemed like pretty intricate, you know, like if you have no background in it, you know, like obviously you know you're like practically on autopilot, I assume. But like
Yeah.
for me it's like I had to sit there and start writing down like, oh, you gotta walk to, you know, this direction and this direction and this direction to this room and put it on this person's bottom slot and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh.
The inventory was really more like I just kind of learned as I went, and I started picking up on consistencies and optimizing it that way.
Yeah.
I didn't put a whole lot of thought into it at first, admittedly.
For sure. But I suppose now that I have more
learning where to
time, then maybe I can look into it again.
Well, learning it, and like the big thing about it, like you should just casual it, or watch a casual playthrough, like, or even watch a speedrun, like a couple of speedruns, and just learn the general layout of the area. Let's want that option. So you have to look at this fountain, and it asks if you want to drink some water. The water turns to blood. You need that blood though. So I have to look again, and then I have to use an item. And I will use the bucket. Oh, teamed. That's why. So anyway, I have a bucket full of blood now. I happen to still be carrying the fire extinguisher for this guy, which is good. You know what? I don't even want a prayer point. Just do that. This guy's 150 HP. Easy level up. The bucket of blood goes on this guy. So those are the pills. I don't need them yet. Hopefully I don't need them ever, but I'm just going to leave them right there. What did I just give him? The pipe? I think it's a log. It's a good lotto grind, I think. It's very up and down. You know, a lot of the run is not up to the runner, and it's really up to you. There's kind of two approaches. You can go and turn the generator on. That's kind of the thing about this skip, right? So you can go and turn the generator on, and in doing so, you'll get, you know, most of the levels that I got up until this point, and then some. Like, probably be a level to 2 levels ahead of me, but several minutes behind me. But it also, like, you get some weapons. It kind of becomes a little bit easier to just kind of, like, you're never really in danger if you don't skip the generator. Whereas if you skip the generator, then you have to, it's kind of, your run is a little more finicky. That's kind of unfortunate, I have to say. I have a, okay, I have a tonic, that's fine. Shoot. Alright, well, we're just gonna go. So, what I'm about to do now is one of the story checks, where you have to be at least level 7 to be able to use 28 prayer points or something. And I'm going with Kazuo by himself, because the boats can only fit 2 characters, and we only need 1 to go. The only problem is that I could die or get a status effect in that one encounter. I didn't, so that's fine. And I can't get into an encounter here, so... I do need to save, though, because I only have 2 shots at this, because I only have some prayer points. I have to look. This is the baby's grave, by the way, the one I told you about that got put into the incinerator. Fell into. I'm not really sure as the story goes. It was an accident. Axe is what I want to move. Save again. But anyway, so beneath the grave is a key to get into the basement, where the incinerator is.
So is that, like, skipping the generator just like a risk-reward thing? Like,
yes,
faster but harder sort of thing?
Well, it's sort of an optimization problem. You have to figure out when the best time to catch up in levels is. And I think, arguably, it's up on that top floor where I was fighting all the fire ghosts and stuff. Because, that's the place where you pretty much have 0 chance of dying and can easily get some quick experience. And it's funny, I have a split comparison of... I have a split comparison for a generator skip, or a non-generator skip run. And it's kind of bizarre to see it go, like, when you skip the generator, you're like 9 minutes ahead or something, and then you're 7 minutes ahead, and then you're 4 minutes ahead. I am, anyway, just like comparing to my PB, which was a pretty decent run. It's only like 4 minutes behind the record. But anyway, it was like it was pretty interesting to kind of compare the two, and I never really like spent enough time on figuring out how to, if it was even possible to beat the best generator run with a generator skip run. I still don't know. I mean, this game is so random. It's really hard to tell. There are so many chances for your run to go completely sour in one turn. You know, with blow wind, with status effects. Yeah, why not? Let's take this. Yeah,
Okay.
420.
I can kind of relate to that a little with Phantasy Star because as it started to pick up more and more runners from one runner to like 4 or 5, there started to be some route divergence, and it was really hard to tell what was actually faster because again, lots and lots of RNG.
Yeah.
And I ultimately made the decision that my route sucked, pretty much because it took a while. Like I think it kind of showed that I needed to be luckier than the other routes to achieve the same thing. There was just inherently more risk built into mine, and not a lot of payoff. Which is a big part of why it took me so long to sub 3, and it took 3 other people significantly less time, and I would argue that I was better than most of the ones who did it. And so it was just like, interesting. And that's really and even that's not like this concrete, really statistical thing where I'm like, okay, yeah, my route, you know what I mean? It's still kind of anecdotal, but
in your experience, yeah. You were doing a lot more work than you needed to be. In a sense, dealing with a lot more bullshit luck. Anyway, a little bit of a lore update. I managed to. There was like a little statue, and I pushed it into the blood fountain, and it spit out this amulet. And I can use it in battle, and it does a decent chunk of damage for free. We eventually outgrow it. But it is something. Jeez. How do I do this? Alright, sorry. There is a loud fire truck. These guys are dicks. Rates, they can status effects, they can blow wind. Actually, I think they just blow wind, and blowing wind just like takes a character and puts them randomly. Oh, I got really lucky there. And really greedy. It puts them randomly in a spot in the castle, the mansion. It's kind of bizarre. It's really annoying, and typically it's unfortunate. Sometimes you can work with it, especially in a marathon setting, but. Yeah, it's just kind of annoying. Alright. So now we've got Hellway, as I affectionately call it. There's lots of wraiths and like ogres, whatever. that have lots of HP. Wraiths are just generally annoying. The linebacker. So because I did some extra grinding at the beginning, thankfully,
This is like
I'm
vegetarian thing from Fantastic Four.
Who gets this? You get this. And I'm gonna use a Kasuri bin, which is a tonic. I don't actually know what Kasuri bin means. I picked up a board earlier. I dropped the pills for it. It's unfortunately necessary. Because I had to get over this gap to get the gem. The gem is both a story item and a battle item. Just do some rearranging here. We're gonna save because we made some good progress in here and I don't want to lose it. The gem is basically just a stronger amulet. It's prayer point free and does a significant amount of damage. 133. Okay, I've gotten blow wind like four or five times now, and it's missed every time. So plus up for that.
This is it, dude. Killing the game. Getting revenge on TCG.
Well, the last couple of times I was running this, you know, I was really trying to give, what is it? It's this one. I was really trying to, you know, sort of be safer and grind earlier. Something that I didn't do in the past. I would just kind of go and grind where needed, and that's usually ends up putting you in a place where you're going to get a status effect if you're unlucky, and that's you want to minimize those situations. What is that? I don't know what that item is, and I don't know that I'm supposed to have it. Oops. So I have to play Guess the Coffin to find my diary key. And one of these coffins can status affect you, so you just have to save and then reset if it does, like that. And that's why I need a battery, a working cartridge battery.
What a game.
Well, that and the game's just generally unlucky. There's two skeletons. One doesn't status affect you. I seem to only want to get that one that poisons you. I think this shuffles every single time I reset too, so like I have no idea.
Oh, that's brutal. You just gotta get a new 1 in 6 or whatever every time.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
There it is. Am I missing something, dude? I'm really worried I'm missing an item right now. I'm very worried about that. I think I'm normally supposed to have a full inventory there.
Time for everyone in chat to pray to whoever they believe in.
Oh, I know what I'm missing. And I need it. Where is it, though? It's kind of far out of the way. I can deal with it, though.
Oh.
It's fine. It's good. It's the hammer.
Alright, praying's over.
Already doing enough of that. So normally I would go upstairs, but I have to go get my hammer back because I forgot it. I think this is faster. No, it's not, actually. I'm almost positive that it's not. Thankfully, the enemies here are not much of a problem anymore. I just realized my Nest controller is like right next to where my phone is. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Alright, so back to reality.
Ah, yeah, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Not terrible. Is that Edward? Heck, Edward. Oh yeah, I've outgrown the amulet, so I don't use it anymore. I'm about to drop it. I do need it. It is a story item, though. I need it at the end of the game. Whoops. So that sticky stuff on the floor I didn't mention before. I can't take more than 4 steps on it. What am I supposed to drop there? I need to drop the tool. Whoops. That is unfortunate, actually. I don't really know what to do about that. We save and we keep going. The reason I'm taking a circuitous route there around that room, by the way, is because there's a trigger, and you'll see them in a bit, where it's like an event tile, and you step on it, and a chandelier falls in your head, and you have to choose, like, to dive in a different direction, or pray, so that it doesn't hit you, which I think is funny, but yeah, they waste time, so you can avoid that one just by walking extra tiles. And he gets that. This one gets that. We use the low key to open the second floor. I don't really understand why, but here we are. It's a creative use of the mallet. I can break a hole in this wall and shortcut through there. Saves, I don't know, 20 tiles of walking or something. So it's not huge, but it's nice. I don't need the bowgun anymore. There's an item hidden, actually, called the pulley, and it makes me walk fast, which is really nice. You walk really fast when you use it. Unfortunately, I can't use it in this room because the floor is ice, so I have to use the pick. The pick allows me to walk freely on ice. And I'm going to drop the low key here for a candle. The candle is one of 3 of its kind that are needed for an endgame story trigger. Oh no. I hate you. That's not good. This guy's gonna status effect me. We're running. Ooh, a nest. Nice. I haven't saved, so that was kind of crucial. actually pretty happy with my ability to remember the Japanese, because I didn't spend a whole lot of time on it. I think this is the pulley. Yeah. So I'm walking twice as fast, or 1.5 times. Here's the event tile thing. So praying is the fastest way to get out of it. But Kazuo doesn't have many prayer points left. So I'm gonna have to switch to a different party member. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm gonna do... Oh, he has the gem. No. Okay. Alright. So anyway, part of the, like, survival horror aspect of this game is, oh, right, I'm in the wrong order. I keep forgetting. Part of the survival horror aspect of this game is the inventory management, the very limited inventory space. And so I'm kind of having to think on the fly because I accidentally picked up... I have an extra item. You can't willingly drop items on the ground, you can only exchange them with items on the ground. And so that kind of adds to the strategy a little bit. There's not too much thinking behind it, but in this case I kind of screwed myself, so... I actually don't even know what I'm gonna do about that. It's gonna have to be here. I need that. I can't do that. I need to do this. Hammer stays there, hammer stays there. It's the only safe way. So anyway, I'm thinking on my feet because I have to come back at some point to get that hammer. My inventory is full of items that I need. I need all of these items right now, unfortunately. Still have that gem? Yeah. Nice. Those guys can status affect me, so I kind of need to be wary. Am I at 11? 10? I want to be 11 before I leave here. Just to be safe. So I just got another key. It's basically just another type of key that locks certain doors towards story progress. It's not big, but it's necessary, unfortunately, for 2 big story triggers. So you kind of the thing of going back to the items that the individual party members have, the key that Emmy had only opens some, and then the you kind of have the story keys, like the basement key, which is called the low key. In one of the translations. We've got the 2 key. Which is just another, type of key. But anyway, so those typically open the big barriers, and then Emmy's key opens like individual rooms within. And I don't know where that last thing went. I kind of need it to be here. Jesus. Not good. Normally it's not supposed to take this long, but you can move in a certain way that despawns one of them, so I have to go back a screen. And there it is. Ghost shit. Yeah, dude. So the ghost jizz is... What? It phased right through me. it's gonna teleport me to an earlier area. That ghost jizz.
Just your classy old blunt knob and ghost jizz.
Blunt knob and ghost jizz. And J-Can style. What's up, Blunt? I need to go through this door, I think. If I can. Is it this one? Probably not this one, actually. Yeah, it's not that one. I am in an unfortunate spot where I need to go back and figure out my hammer situation. I can no longer ignore it. This door. Oh, so the 2 key does work. Perfect. So I just need to unlock that door so that I can come back here later. That. Got another chandelier. Road chandeliers. There's tons of them. It's a haunted mansion, don't you know? That is not correct. That is not a correct blunt knob. I'm gonna have to give you a yellow card on that one. Wait, what? Who is it?
It's Blunt's knob, though. It can look however he wants it to.
Okay. Alright, that's not bad. It is Blunt's knob. He can do whatever he wants. So that's I don't know how I didn't know I could get status effective there, but I did. I need to go unlock this door again, though. Own goal. Oh no. That task is fantastic. This is a PSA. If you have not seen the International Superstar Soccer task for the Super Nintendo, you should go watch it after this marathon is over. Or in between setups. Alright, please don't hurt me. Or please don't. I really want to get moving. I've made my decision on what I'm gonna do. I'm kind of backtracking here, and that's fine, because I'm both solving my inventory issue and getting a tonic and grinding levels, which are all things I need to do. Just a regular key door? Yeah. I'm getting an emergency backup here. Oh, if there isn't a tonic, it's pills. I guess, man. No, you know what? this. This is a very bizarre sequence of events. So I've outgrown the gem now, so I'm just gonna attack enemies and I'm gonna lose it here in a minute. The whole point of this top floor area isn't really clear at first to the player. Then you find out a little bit more of the lore. Your friend from earlier, I didn't actually mention him, but the guy that was kind of escorting me around earlier, his name is Yamamura. He's like a local mechanic, he says. He seems to know more about the mansion than he kind of lets on. And that's him right there. Anyway, so he's kind of presumed to still be alive and kind of telling us what to do. And that's gonna soon change, though. He's gonna die. He's gonna get fucking killed. Oh, the godlike rat room. Oh, is this the god room? Almost. So this is obviously just like a sliding block puzzle. Like the sliding numbers puzzle that you would do as a kid, except with rats. You kind of just have to wait for them to get out of the way. And I'm gonna reload the room because we're stuck in a bad pattern. There we go.
With anything you want, dude. Rats, numbers, dicks. I know I feel most at home with dicks at my fingertips.
Oh, yeah. What level am I? Am I the right? I think I'm the right level. There's another level gate coming up. Oh, I don't have the gem anymore. I just gotta pray. Am I 11? Yeah. So there's another level gate here. I actually don't remember if it's 11 or 12. I think it's 11. So I just have to use these 2 rings that I picked up. What the hell? I think he's telling me I need another level. I think it is 12. I just actually don't remember. Which is funny. If that is what he's saying, that all of the translations, that means that this game tells you how many levels you need before the level gate. And the translations do not do that. That's kind of funny.
Dude, what? That's ridiculous.
Wait, what the hell? See, it's giving me that... I don't know. I don't know what this error message is. What's happening? Why? What the fuck? You have to pray first? No. Okay. I thought you had to use both of them one at a time, and then pray. Apparently you just have to wear them and pray. And I completely forgot that fact. Or I didn't, or I never knew it to begin with.
Nailed
In which
it.
case, it doesn't matter, because the time spent grinding, there's another level gate. And these are just about the strongest or the highest experience enemies in the game. So, I'm not really worried about it. Anyway, I put on the 2 rayings, let me through, and now I get to see Yamamura. He's trying to swallow up all that dark energy for us, and turns into a dabbing skeleton. Alright, Who do I want to send here? You. Needs to be that. So you really need to be kind of judicious here and send one party member into this cutscene. This is Mamiya, the mother ghost, and she's gonna expel one person to the beginning of the game here, which turns out is actually pretty close to where we were. Unfortunately, I need this key here to open the door. We're gonna take the dress too, which is an infinite prayer restorative item. Prayer point restorative item, which is really, really helpful for the grind coming up. Yeah, the battle music doesn't end up. Coming up, I'm gonna go to what is the last level gate and drop 2 of the candles out of my inventory. Because we have 2 of the 3. And that actually frees up some space for me, which is good. I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna open this door, which connects the room I did the generator skip room in to this end game area. And then I'm gonna go get some of the items I dropped. Not first without calling my buddy Kazuo. Really? What just happened, dude? Please tell me that was a curse. Unbelievable. I'm just gonna play it out. I don't actually know when the last time I saved was. So, we're taking the medic over. What in the fuck? This is, it's pretty rough. There we go. Shit. Wait, what? No. No. Go away, dude. This is awkward. Alright. We're back. Back together. So part of this grind that I have to do is going to be spent going and picking up my items that I left around, hanging around, because I'm a dumbass. But it actually doesn't really matter, because I need the experience anyway. Like, I need it. I can't beat the game without it. So what else? I would literally just be running in a straight line. Actually, I don't even need that yet.
Honestly, it just sounds like slick marathon routing to me, dude.
I'm sort of pulling it out of my ass for sure. But don't worry, fear not. We will finish. Because this game has the best save system of all time. Save literally anywhere. I am gonna go pick up the hammer. I'm gonna leave the gem there, or the amulet, the tool. I'm gonna leave that there for now. I'm gonna use the dress. Which just restores my prayer points. Free. You know, I really want to know what the lore is on those human beings walking around in that room. They're NPCs and you can talk to them. I can't remember what they say. I don't remember them, like, actually being important to the story, though. They're just kind of there. So I'm getting some decent experience here. I have to kind of grind until 14, and prayer points are not an issue, so I'm just kind of doing what I need to do. These skeleton guys are, weak enough that I can one-round them, but they also give 90 experience, which is pretty high. Could have brought the gem over here, whatever. It's fine. I don't have to worry about hitting the bat. I don't want to, because I don't want to get into an encounter with it, but got into one anyway, so what does it matter? Worms. You know what's funny? You can get totally dicked in this game by... Instead of, if you're like the level that I am, like level 12 or whatever, like really powerful, for the most part, you can run into a low-level encounter like those maggots, for instance. And instead of fighting them, which you could kill them in one unprayed attack, you know, if you choose instead to run, there is very much a chance that you will fail to run. And then it will status affect you and kill your run. So when you are this far into the game, one of the worst things that you can do is to try and run. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty bad.
I'm not saying it should, but do you think this game could be like step routed?
No, it can't. It's based on the frame that you end a battle on. So, like, clearing text boxes and everything has to be frame perfect if you want any sort of consistency. Please don't blow wind. Blew wind, it's fine. Every blow wind this run has missed. And that's something to be proud of.
Be proud of your luck. You worked really hard on it.
I did. It's hard to tell when you've been staring at pulley speed for as long as, you know, as long as I have, and then you start questioning if you're still at pulley speed, if your pulley is still active. This looks kind of slow. Am I slow? Better to be lucky than good, I agree.
Now, thanks for the host, Noculus. He's got the next run, FYI.
Nox does? Nice. Almost done with this grind here. Whoa. Oh, I guess so the blue flash typically indicates a status effect, but in that case it did not. Just cast a spell and did damage. Did I save? I think I just saved. Fine. So I've been carrying the hammer around all game. I used it for a couple enemies early on, then it fell off. This is the one thing I need it for, is breaking. You can't see, it's a black screen. Normally you light it up by turning the generator on. But I needed it to break a boulder that's in my way. It's the only thing I need it for. So this is a really early game area. I'm kind of sort of going in the direction of where the generator is. And just to give you an idea, it's actually like only 2 or 3 screens after this one. Shit, that one. That's the key. Anyway, I'm doing a final story trigger here, or one of the final story triggers here. I'm picking up these 3 slides. What am I dropping here, hammer? For a projector, and the projector requires you to be at level 14 to pray and use. So this is an early game enemy, so I really don't even need to worry about it. I've considered actually using the other party to do a combat call, and not because I want to skip any story triggers, but just because I can run through here and do this little errand without running into any of these basic bitch encounters. And I think it's faster, but I haven't actually timed it in any capacity. You kind of have to, like, spend time finding an encounter with the other party and then doing all of that, but, you know, I don't really know if it comes out faster or not in the end. I haven't actually tested it. There's an event tile here I could have gone around. Last use of the dress before I put it down. Yeah, it's actually one of the guys that worked on this. I think the director also worked on the first Resident Evil, and Resident Evil kind of used this game as a jumping off point. They were like, you know, people that worked on this were quoted as saying, essentially, we wish that we wish that we could have done more with the technology for survival horror. But they did what they could with the NES or the Famicom. Anyway. Oh shit, Kazuha's not the right level. It's everyone else that is. So I just have to pray. So when you pray enough, it blows a hole in the window, in the wall. I guess that was a really intense projector. Oh shit. Those guys can... yeah. Good thing I saved right before the projector. Whoops. That was a waste. So it's kind of hard to describe, but the graphic of the prayer bar that fills up, obviously it doesn't necessarily correlate every time, because you can't break that bar up into 75 individual segments and have it be consistent. So I guess, 71 through 75 all, you have a chance of getting any of those numbers by wait a second. You have a chance of getting any of those numbers just by if you fill your meter all the way up. It's entirely dependent on when you press the A button, and not like the actual graphical bar, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Why am I even praying? Would have died to a regular attack. You. Again, it's a smarter move to attack those enemies, these lower level enemies, instead of trying to run, because if I run and then they use a status effect, I'm kind of screwed. Kind of defeats the purpose of being over leveled in an early game area, quote unquote. What's up, Rain? Rain is one of the very few runners of this game, and actually his limit break run was kind of what got me. I had been interested in this game since I blind played it several years ago as a speed run, but then I saw the limit break run and I was like, all right, I'll give this a shot. So maybe a year after the limit break run, I actually gave it a shot. Anyway, it's a pretty fun run. As I was saying earlier, the generator skip aspect is kind of... I think it still needs some testing done as to when and where you can optimally grind. Shit. I can drop the 2 key and the gold key here, right? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Iron key. So I'm kind of just getting some last minute things done here. Kazuha now is the most powerful weapon in the game. I'm gonna do some sketchy stuff right now. Emmy and Asuka are gonna take a hike. Ooh. Maybe take advantage of this. Nice. You know what? I'm gonna do this instead. You guys are gonna get the encounter. How about that? So I just kind of have to do this little trip with Kazuo to get one of the final story items, and also to get to a spot where the strongest enemy in the game appears. And we're going to do the rest of the grinding there, because there's one more story trigger. And dropping that. Sorry for this cool guy on the motorcycle is just blowing my mind. Oh, I can't do anything except team, so I just have to sit here and wait for the call to run out. Alright, run, run. Cool. Oops. So this is where we're gonna live until the end of the grind, and then we'll be doing like one little errand, and then we're going to the final boss. And I'm already kind of ahead. I'm already at 14 and some change. So I fought 2 of the gray dogs and one of the whatever the guy is, the green dripping guy with the scythe, the madman or whatever he's called. No, not madman, it's a basement enemy, but anyway. Usually need, I think somewhere between like 8 and 10 to get from 15 to 16. Maybe 11. I actually can't remember. I used to know the number off the top of my head. It's been a while. Oops, there's something. The really annoying mechanic, by the way. Just FYI. Just an aside, is if you use Prey with your last party member and then mash B quickly after you've hit A to confirm the bar, you can actually cancel that and have to do it again. You can mash A and B to clear text in battle, so... Oh, shit. Enemy just got blown away. The where? Oh, okay, that's fine. Oh, she could have definitely walked all the way back here. Shit. I didn't want to test it because I just didn't want her to get into a dumbass encounter, but... Just don't blow me away. No, she blew Kazuo away this time. What the fuck? Oh no. Where'd he go? Oh god, alright. It's not that far. It's like two rooms, 3 rooms. Ooh, I did it. I can't believe that worked. Oh shit. Yeah, this is kind of an unfortunate grind. It's not as fast as I wanted it to go. We're making progress though. Oh. So what are your favorite coffin facts? Coffin-related facts?
Coffin-related facts, huh?
Anybody? Sarcophagus-related? How about hammer-related? Hanma. Anybody like the face that's made with the wall opening and the two candles? You gotta find something to entertain yourself and you're just like wailing on these ghosts.
I feel like the only time we ever really had troubles supplying Lone Star is when both me and JD were in the house.
Uh-oh.
We're fucking fiends, man.
I don't know that I've ever... Lone Star. I don't know if I've ever had it.
Official beer of Texas.
I can imagine. I could guess. With a name like that? Alright, I'll just use that top there. It's fine.
It's kind of like how I describe In-N-Out Burger, where it's like, In-N-Out to me is really good, but obviously it's still fast food, right? It's just like top-end fast food. Top-end shitty fast food.
Right.
And to me, Lone Star is just like top-end cheap beer.
Okay.
It's like definitely, you're drinking like a cheap beer you're about to party with and drink, 20 of them or whatever, but like, it's pretty solid.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I am, I'm familiar. So this is gonna be interesting. Uh-oh, almost. Not actually. It's not very close at all. I am blowing up. Hang on. We're blowing it.
You alright?
I'm fine. Alright, come on. Unbelievable. It's fucking rat, dude. What the fuck? Go away. Unbelievable. Yeesh. Sorry about that. I had a setup for that skip with the pulley on, and it seems to have escaped me. Alright, going into the last area here. This is the last story trigger, or level gate, I guess. And this is the final area. I just have to dodge some spirits and fight copies of my team, essentially. These little wisp things will take me out of this area. I need all three of my party members and all of the items in my inventory to win. Yeah, alright. That's fine. Just got impatience. You kind of have to wait for, like, all of them to spawn and then dodge them. Ooh. MLG dodges. So the gaps in the floor are the encounters. There's like 3 of them, and I just have to fight my former party members.
I'm like shocked you dodged one of those last ones.
I know, me too. That's why I went, woo! Sorry, not my former party members. They're just ghosts that look like my party members. I'm not actually killing humans.
It's a sweet hat.
I know, dude. This guy's a legend. I just have to hope that... Yeah. I don't want to use all of my privileges, so it's nice to have... It's nice to not get owned by that guy. This guy can, or Asuka can definitely ruin my day. Yeah. Is that instant freeze or is that temporary? Yeah, okay, it's instant. Oh my god. I just want to win. The game won't let me win, boys. Okay, we're saving like a smart person. I don't know why that didn't work last time. Unfortunate. Alright. Looking good. Final battle, here we go. We're almost there, boys and girls. Because Mamiya's here. Alright. Okay, we're good. I can't read Japanese, that's really the only issue here. Monday morning, dude. Exactly. So this final boss fight is kind of a puzzle. You have to use items at the right time and wait for her to say certain things before you use them. You have to show her the photo of her family. You have to use the powerful amulet. You have to, what I just did there was show her the coffin. And that's it. Beat the game. Done.
Nice run.
It wasn't, but thanks for putting up with it. I had fun stumbling my way through this game. And freeing Mamiya's soul. And this is also best ending. Not letting any characters die is the best ending you can get. And I'm not even sure it's possible to beat the game with... I think it's only possible to beat the game with at least 2 characters, that's it. So anyway, it's time. It looks like Nox is chomping at the bit here, and I think it's time for him to do a speedrun. and for me to do some laundry.
Alright, Countdown, thanks for doing back-to-back runs, dude.
Of course, dude. Thanks for having me. Very nice marathon. Fun.
Cool.
And
Catch you next
good
time.
luck to Nox. Yeah, dude. Later.
We'll get Nox set up shortly here, and then, yeah.
Oh, hang